The origin of Mount Kantayoktok and the legend of Lake Danao. The legend was about a family of Datotoktok in the land of Sinai, southern Leyte, who was known to be a wise and brave ruler. He built his house on top of the mountain so he could be able to see his vast land and his people, including the seas that surround the island. The lowlanders called his house Kantayoktok. Dato Tuktok carried with him a sungkod staff, which was known to be his twin brother and the source of his power. When he wanted to water the lowland, he raised his staff, and the clouds gathered at the mountain top. When he wanted to smile to his enemies, he raised his staff to strike them a bolt of lightning. However, when he is angry, he struck a stone with his staff, and the ground quaked. A very kind-hearted, that's what they described him, and very protective, having a soft heart for the weak and righteous, but said to be forceful for the bad ones. He had a beautiful wife named Danao. Danao was described to have an enchanting beauty, comparing her to a morning star with a velvet voice. Soon, Danao gave birth to a healthy boy who was then named Tunlob. This boy grew up to be a brave warrior like his father. He was also described to be a friendly and easygoing fellow. In one of his hunting trips, he befriended a warrior named Magkasa. Magkasa was treated by Tuktok and Danao as their son, though the latter suspected him to be naughty, seeing the glint of his eyes. He enjoyed his stay with the family until full moon passed. Following the ritual of visiting his younger brother, Tamar, who lived in the uplands of Hinundayan, Tuktok announced his absence for a week. Magkasa, who fell in love with Danao and planned to abduct her by force, waited for this time. When Tuktok left, Magkasa persuaded Tunlob to drink coconut wine. When evening came, while Tunlob was dead drunk, Magkasa carried Danao by force. Tuktok that time coincidentally forgot to bring his staff, returned to his house and found Tunlob to be in deep sleep. Then Magkasa and Danao were missing. Thinking that his wife was unfaithful, he raged, he shouted, calling his wife's name. The mountain shook as the lightning tore the evening sky. Tunlob woke up from his slumber and fled from his raging father. Magkasa was on the second mountain peak, going down at Kagingkingan, when the bolt struck him and led him wounded. Danao fell from his hands into a deep cliff. Tuktok caught up the fleeing Magkasa, took him in his neck, and threw the villain, that the body fell far away in the ravines of Panangkilon. Tuktok, with burning anger, faced his dying wife. Having known the whole story, realized what wrong he had done by believing such betrayal. Feeling guilty and in despair, he asked the gods to keep the faithful Danao in their mountain abode. He also asked the gods to turn his son into a river so he could be near his mother, and asked the gods to take away his life. As he rose his staff and stuck it to a large stone, his sungkod broke and the mountain erupted. A rain of fire fell on the lowlands as the earth moved. Destruction followed where many people were buried alive. For many days, the mountain breathed smoke and fire. When it was over, the survivors saw a magnificent mountain, look like a sleeping glass. Tunlob became a river. The blood of Magkasa drenched the hills of Samuhe and turned the earth into a red clay. The color of the river Agri reminded of his violent end. The end.